Hey guys, Nick Smith here, and today I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2018. And the start of those goals is I really want to start making videos like this where I talk one-on-one with you and develop a bit more of a connection with my audience. So along with recording videos like this, I also really want to start recording behind the scenes videos because that's something that's been asked of me since before I even started this channel. So I think it's finally time that I do that for you guys. So some of the topics I want to cover on this channel are social media, marketing, business, the artistic process, and different tips and tricks on things you guys ask me. I get a lot of questions, so I'm sure I'll never run out of topics to talk about. The other thing I'm really hoping to do is camera and lens reviews. And the reason why is there's a lot of great reviewers on YouTube, but none of them really do the tests that I want to see. They never use the gear in the way that I'm wondering how it would perform, and they never really test it in the situations that I would use it in. So in my mind, since there's no one doing what I want to see, I figured why can't I fill that gap? So lastly, for my goals for YouTube this year is I would really like to reach 10,000 subscribers. I know that number might seem astronomical, but the truth is, last year my goal was to reach 50,000 followers on Instagram, and I had doubled that by the end of the year. On to my goals for photography. So my first goal is going to be to try to experiment with different styles, using different lenses, angles, posing, etc. So another one of my goals is to experiment more with post-processing and compositing. I've always been very inspired by the works of Brooke Shaden, Renee Robin, and Aaron Nace. And I would really like to be able to create fantasy worlds and things like that, and kind of put a little more of an artistic twist on my work than just plain portraiture. The next thing is just to rediscover my love of photography as a whole. When I first started shooting, I shot everything that I could. I would take my camera everywhere I go, and for the majority of last year, I would just keep my camera on me when I had a photo shoot with a model, or if I had a client, and that was it. I didn't take pictures of anything else unless it was just with my phone. So I would really like to get that back and actually start to enjoy photography as just a process overall again. Next on my list is I would really like to start working with agencies more and build myself a team of makeup artists, hairstylists, and wardrobe stylists. So the next is actually to shoot less. When I started last year, my goal was to work with 52 different models, one for every week of the year, and I blew past that in under 6 months. So I figured I might as well go for 100. But that became way too stressful, and I decided it wasn't really worth it. So next year, I would really like to try to focus more on quality over quantity. The next goal is just to focus less on the numbers. I spent so much time last year focusing on social media as a business and optimizing my growth patterns and doing so much in the analytic portion that I let it affect how I felt about my image and my work. Just because an image doesn't get likes doesn't mean that it's a bad image. There are so many variables that affect it, and honestly, it could just be the Instagram algorithm doesn't like you that day. The next is to stop focusing on social media as a whole. I spent so much time in 2017 trying to grow my following that I probably spent more time doing that than actually learning and improving my craft, which brings me to my next point. This year, I'd really like to invest more time in learning new techniques and improving my photography overall. One of the things I'd really like to do is go to a few workshops from photographers who I really look up to. Luckily, for Christmas, my wife bought me tickets to go to a conference Peter Hurley is hosting. Speaking of workshops, I would really like to hold one of my own this year. I have so many people that ask me questions and want to learn from me, and as great as YouTube videos are, there's absolutely no replacement for the experience that an in-person workshop gives. Last year, I was privileged enough to learn from Joe McNally in person, and it completely changed my outlook on in-person education. I haven't yet decided where I want to host my workshop, but I'm thinking either New York or LA, so if you're interested in attending, please leave a comment down below. Lastly is I want to learn videography. When I got my new camera, one of the things I looked at was what were the video features, because I've been so inspired by the works of Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat that I really wanted to try my own hand at creating stories and entertaining videos for all of you. The next two goals are personal ones. The next one is really generic. I would like to get back in shape. In 2016, I decided I was tired of being unhealthy and I started exercising every day. I eventually built up to a point where I was either walking 6 miles a day or I was running for 2. In the winter of that year, I ended up getting a really bad head cold, and it was impossible to run without me having a coughing fit, so I stopped working out for about a month. By the time it was over and I could do it again, I completely lost all the good habits I had created for myself. And in the span of 2017, I gained about 30 pounds, so I would really like to get back to where I was. The last thing is to focus more on my personal life. In 2017, I spent almost all my waking hours focused on building a brand and making a name for myself. This year, I want to take some time to actually focus on my family and my personal life and just enjoying life rather than only work. So, what are your goals for 2018? Let me know in the comments down below and I'll be responding to all of you. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. Feel free to share this on any social media you see fit. As long as my work is being shared and people are learning, I'm happy. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.